give her a heads up.
Okay, we're good. So as long as you start recording, we're good.
I'm going to ask you about the door rolling.
It's coming up.
Just because I don't understand what that is saying. Just a heads up.
Still spinning.
It's probably because the Wi-Fi is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I turned my hotspot on for us, so if we can
It's not I mean, we're not required to stream. It's not.
Do we go ahead and start?
Check the
Do you guys want to start?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
We're just gonna start.
Okay.
Can I go ahead? Go ahead. Okay, good evening. Thank you for coming to our May 12th board meeting. Can I call the meeting to order and have a roll call, please?
Dr. Lopez?
Here.
Mr. Lewandowski?
Here.
Mr. Carlson?
Here.
Mr. Holt?
Present.
Mr. Post is absent.
Can I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
I move that we adopt the agenda as
Second.
presented.
Can we please, oh, we have to take a motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Can we please stand for the flag in a moment of silence, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Next item is item D, it's recognitions. So we're going to start with item 1 on that, adopt a resolution honoring Marana Unified School District retirees. Whereas the Governing Board of Marana Unified School District believes these individuals have made a significant difference in the lives of students and staff. Whereas the Governing Board of Marana Unified School District recognizes that these individuals have invaluable employees, and whereas the Governing Board of Marana Unified School District recognizes the following employees for their years of service. We have 33 retiring tonight, so if you're here, can you please stand up?
Go on.
Don't be shy.
Christina!
Just stand up for a minute. Thank you. Thank you. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Governing Board expresses its sincere appreciation to these outstanding individuals for their contribution to the academic mission of the Marana Unified School District, and further be it resolved that the Governing Board of Marana Unified School District extends her best wishes to our retirees for the future. Thank you. Next item is item 2, Mountain View High School Indoor Percussion Teams.
We'll all go down.
You have the hand held there if you'd like, sir. It's up to you.
Is that a directive? It felt like a directive.
This is a great night. Lots of celebrations. In addition to honoring our retirees at the reception just before this meeting, tonight we get to recognize the Mountain View High School Indoor Percussion Ensemble, who competed in the Winter Guard Arizona State Championship on April 1st and won the Percussion Scholastic Regional A State Championship title with a score of 84.25. We'll start right there. So congratulations to our team members. The snares were Richard Armenta, Steve Vallejo, and Isaiah Vega. Tenors were Garrett Deitman and Dion Dominique. Basses were Natalie Tanaka, Sam Guillermo, Jorge Rodriguez, and Merrill Price. Visual, Nessie Rodriguez. Mallets, Emma Larcher, Jacob Schmidt, Elijah Ramirez. Connor Roth, Angel Solorzano, Hayes Armstrong, Abril Rodriguez, and Sam Hay on bass. I skipped some of their roles and responsibilities in there, sorry. The group competed in the state championship against 9 other percussion ensembles in their division. The indoor percussion ensemble this year was comprised mostly of students who had never played a percussion instrument before. And with the instruction and guidance of their staff, Abigail Francis, band director, Layla Horner, ensemble director and battery caption head, Ethan Alcala, front ensemble caption head, Julian Alarcon, music arranger, and Evan Hodge, music instructor. They were able to clinch the championship title and bring home the first state title for Mountain View High School in this category. Please join me in wishing them a Marana congratulations. Tonight, we also get to recognize our Employees of the Year. So if I could have our Teacher of the Year, Ms. Jessica Leonard, please join me up front. Butterfield Elementary School 4th grade teacher Jessica Leonard is this year's Marana Unified School District Teacher of the Year. Jessica attended DeGrazia Elementary School, Tortolita Middle School, and Mountain View High School, and we couldn't be happier to recognize her with this honor. If you were to ask any former Butterfield Bobcat about that one educator who made them believe that they could be successful, one teacher's name would be repeated over and over: Jessica Leonard. She is that teacher who will be forever remembered by students and parents as the teacher that changed the mindset of many struggling students and thus changed how they viewed school. Students with a history of poor academics or problematic behaviors receive the greatest lessons from her, and they learn to trust their instincts, be brave, and try over and over until they are proud of their final results. Jessica has the unique ability to inspire all students. Every student in her class walks around with their imaginary superhero cape, knowing that they can do anything that they put their mind to. This type of relationship building happens when there is intention, purpose, and a desire to impact students for the rest of their lives. This is what Jessica does every day. In March 2020, our world was turned upside down. Students and teachers had to reinvent how they learned, where they learned, and the tools they used to learn. Jessica not only helped her students, but became a leader across campus while helping other teachers. She became a member of the District Return to School Committee. She helped Butterfield and MUSD negotiate remote learning, hybrid learning, and finally a return to school, 5 days a week learning. Jessica led parts of staff meetings, supported teachers, and met with grade-level professional learning communities to help them plan for everything new with each transition. Jessica is a master teacher who who supports all students working to provide just-in-time support. She is an outstanding colleague to the rest of the campus and a model for all teachers. She makes others around her better. Best of all, she brings a smile to the Butterfield campus and makes the community a better place. Congratulations, Jessica, on being named the Marana Unified School District Teacher of the Year. Our exempt employee of the year is Marissa Castro. Marissa, if you could join us. Marissa Castro is this year's exempt employee of the year. Marissa is the Marana School District social worker for students who are eligible for McKinney-Vento homeless services and for those in foster care district-wide. Marissa is extremely knowledgeable in her role and works tirelessly to provide services to students and families. While working with families, Marissa has an uncanny ability to meet them where they are, emotionally, psychologically, and physically. She is always calm, professional, and truly values their voice. Marissa builds open, genuine, and trusting relationships with those she serves. During the pandemic, Marissa used her time creatively to ensure that she could safely deliver food, hygiene items, and school supplies to families in need. She also created space to check in with colleagues in the Student Services Department to keep communication and collaboration alive and to have some fun during a really challenging time. Building open, genuine, and trusting relationships with those she serves and works with is her strength. Marissa is not only caring and passionate in her work with students, families, and the community, but she is also committed to ensuring the district is current with all state and federal requirements and policies related to the programs that she oversees. Marissa has been instrumental in preparing for audits, writing the program grants over these past 13 years. The district has passed each audit with 100% compliance and has received each grant applied for through the Arizona Department of Education. She is known throughout the state as someone with incredible knowledge and passion and serves on many state committees. Marissa has many success stories related to students and parents. One parent stated how much she loves Marissa and values the time Marissa spends with her and her 2 children. Because of Marissa, her daughter was able to participate in sports because she arranged transportation in collaboration with the Transportation Department to make this happen. Marissa is instrumental in breaking down barriers for homeless and foster care students in the Marana district. We are honored to recognize her as the Marana School District Exempt Employee of the Year. Our final employee of the year is not here tonight, but it's still important that we recognize this employee is truly one of the outstanding folks that represents so much of what makes Marana great. Our support staff of the year, Beverly Burgett, was not able to attend tonight. She was this year's support staff of the year. She works in the food services as a cafe supervisor at Marana Middle School. In so many ways, Beverly is an absolute hero to the food services department, her team, and our community. At the beginning of the pandemic, Beverly stepped up when she was incredibly needed and volunteered to run the kitchen at Marana Middle School when all of our schools were closed. As a newly promoted lead food service worker, she took on the challenge of leading the site that quickly became responsible for making and distributing 1,000 meals per day. She knew that she and her small team needed to figure out how to prep, cook, wrap, and bag the food. Then they had to find a way to organize the loading of the bags and getting the food onto 18 different buses. During this time, her team of 4 grew to 19 staff who came from different sites. Beverly kept her team organized, happy, and on track to get all of the meals completed on time, loaded, and sent out to serve the children in our Marana community. She did all of this without missing one day's work. Beverly always helps when needed and continues to volunteer to work at any site to cover kitchens when another supervisor is out. In addition, she volunteers to work the Marana mobile bus during the fall, winter, and spring breaks. Her experience, oversight, and organizational skills make the delivery process possible, resulting in food kits getting out to students in need at school breaks. Beverly goes above and beyond in many other areas, especially in her interactions with students at Marana Middle School. This year has been rough for everyone, especially our students, and Beverly understands her difficulties and handles inappropriate behavior with grace and understanding. She never stops going above and beyond, including decorating the serving line area every holiday with beautiful handmade items. The students, team, and campus all appreciate it. She makes the cafeteria feel more comfortable and friendly. In summary, Beverly is the consummate district employee, hardworking, dedicated, selfless, and humble. She is an incredible person, and we are honored to recognize her as the MUSD Support Staff of the Year.
Thank you. Okay, the next item is item E, Board Communications, and I'm going to go ahead and start with that. I would also like to recognize the employees. There's a lot of classified that did not reach 10 years of employment, but they were still here with us. So I just want to thank them for their services also. Let them know that our heart's with them too. Also, I just want to thank our complete staff from Marana Unified for a wonderful school year. It's hard to believe that it's already here. It went by quick this year, but thank you for everything that you do every day for us, and we appreciate you. And just have a wonderful summer, and hope everybody gets a break. So thank you for that. All right, anybody else? Okay, thank you. Next item is item F, remarks for the public. We do have one. Tori Moreland.
Board, Dr. Streeter, senior staff, and community members. My name is Tori Moreland, and I am the membership chair for MEA, and I am happy to be here tonight to give the last address to the board for the 21-22 school year. This year has been one of the most challenging years for educators. From the pandemic to the sub-crisis to the staffing shortage, all educators were pushed beyond capacity. Yet, through it all, Marana educators continued to show up for their students and provide quality educational opportunities. MEA wants to thank our educators for their strength and dedication to students under these trying conditions. We wish them all a happy and restful summer. Use every minute to rest and repair your heart, mind, and soul. Next year will be here soon enough. Thank you to senior staff and governing board for collaborating with MEA this year, and we wish you a restful summer as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next item is item G, superintendent comments.
Dr. Lopez, governing board members, members of our audience, I say this every time. It's been a busy month when you look back at the different events that have taken place and that are coming up. There's a few events I want to highlight. One, I want to talk about MUSD's participation in a couple of Marana Citizens Forum sessions. I've had the opportunity to serve as the delegate representing MUSD. This forum is a convening of Marana residents, business owners, and other community partners from the greater Marana area that meet to discuss recommendations for potential action to the town council regarding multidisciplinary town-wide issues in conjunction with the town's objectives as they're outlined in the strategic plan. I've enjoyed representing the district, connecting with many of our residents throughout the process, and having an opportunity to provide a voice to our town council as a representative. In fact, they're meeting across the way right now. I'm missing tonight's. I also want to acknowledge the work of our technology committee, and I think there's a couple people in this room that are a part of that. The MUSD Technology Department has formed a district-level technology committee to help guide the implementation and support of technology throughout MUSD. This committee is made up of teachers, support staff members, and directors and administrators, and I know that Mr. Keeling, our Director of IT, is looking forward to adding students and parents to the committee when they reconvene this fall. The focus of the committee is really in 3 areas. First is reviewing our current IT projects and areas of focus, really asking that committee to identify what are the areas of focus and projects that the IT department needs to have its radar on. Number 2 is to review and come up with the standardization of tools and an ecosystem that's used in MUSD. And what I mean by that is think about our Google tools as compared to Outlook, Microsoft Office, Zoom, all these different tools that we're using. How can we start to standardize what that is? And then third, and I think most important, is developing what a standard for technology in our MUSD learning spaces look like. What does a classroom look like in MUSD with regards to technology and creating that standard? So thank you to that team. On May 4th, I had the opportunity to co-present at the A4LE conference. A4LE stands for Architects for Learning Environments, presented with the team from BWS. This is the firm that worked on our Gladden Farms project. The purpose of our presentation was to describe the importance and impacts that learning environments have on developing the desired student outcomes that we have identified. This is an area that I think MUSD has traditionally been out front of. It was enjoyable for me to connect with some different folks from around the country and get some of their perspectives of what they're seeing around the country. I have to give a huge shout out to the Ponder family and to John Hepford, who led a fantastic Marana Winds concert on April 26th. I wish that this stream was working. If you have not been to a Marana Winds concert, you are missing out. This was a phenomenal event, very well done. The Marana Winds musical group started in 2013. It consists of talented musicians who have joined together to share their love of music with the community and help raise money for the 2340 Foundation. The group is made up of faculty and staff from the Marana district, students, alumni, and community members. It was really a cool night at Mountain View. So we're gonna blow this thing up next year. And then I think I'd be remiss if I didn't, and I know that Mr. Carlson and Mr. Lewandowski are counting on me to talk about the Twin Peaks visit. So we need to thank our Twin Peaks team for opening their doors to us on April 22nd for our superintendent board campus visit. Mr. Carlson and Mr. Lewandowski joined me for what was a busy day, visiting classrooms, meeting with employee groups, meeting with members of the Student Council, National Junior Honor Society. There was even some field day activities, a tug-of-war competition that we won't mention or talk about, although there might be video evidence of it.
There is.
But I will say during our classroom visits, we were able to see a variety of learning opportunities that were taking place, including, I think we all agree, one of the best Socratic seminars that I've seen in action. Student collaboration, math lessons, and differentiated instruction. We also had some incredible conversations. It was almost impossible to stay on time during the day, and it was really just the discussions that we were having were so rich. But a common theme emerged that really, it surrounded the strong community that's in place at Twin Peaks. We heard specific comments that included, there is a community feel here, this is an amazing place to be, we're all here for each other, we all come together and lift each other up. I know that this has been a particularly difficult year for the Twin Peaks educational community, but each of our Twin Peaks family members should be incredibly proud of the work that they put in to their school community and really proud of what they've helped to create. So, and I know I speak on behalf of the governing board with those comments. My final announcement is I was able to attend the top 10 announcements at both Marana High and Mountain View High School. Got to recognize the students as they prepare for what will be one of the most exciting weeks of the school year, which is next week when we will get to experience graduations, celebrate promotions, and get all of our students ready for the next transition in their academic careers. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Next item is item H, consent agenda. Can I have a motion?
Okay, I move the governing board approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second, I just have a quick question on it.
Go ahead.
Mr. Reedy, on H7, can you give me a little more detail about this?
Sure. Item H7 is it's an update to an intergovernmental agreement that we have with Pima Community College regarding dual enrollment courses. So currently, freshmen and sophomore students are not allowed to enroll in dual enrollment courses unless they're granted special permission from the school district. So these changes in the intergovernmental agreement allow freshmen and sophomore students to be enrolled without those district permissions.
Okay, awesome. The other 2 pages just loaded, and that's why I was so confused, but I understand now. Thank you.
So the deleted language just removes those requirements.
Awesome, thank you.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next item is item I, unfinished business. There is none, so we're moving to item J. 1, Mr. Contorno.
Thank you. The state of Arizona requires governing boards to revise their expenditure budgets. When we originally, in July, propose an amend or adopt a budget, it's mere estimations. We did take the opportunity in February, which I'm reading ahead of myself, but to revise the budget for the more actuals. By May 15th is our final opportunity to revise the budget to the closest we can with ADM numbers. This budget has only small fluctuations due to the fact that we just did it about a month and a half ago. Maintenance and operation was lowered by just about $600,000. But the district, I chose to put some of the money in capital because that increased by 402. So truly, we were only about 31 students, kind of ADM that became more accurate. So tonight before you is expenditure budget revision number 2, which will be our final budget that we can submit to the state by May 15th.
Okay, thank you. Can I have a motion?
Okay, I move the governing board approve the 2021-2022 school district annual expenditure budget revision number 2.
Second.
Do we have any questions?
I have a couple questions. So, okay, so we're losing 600,000 out of M&O, but we're gaining 400,000
In capital.
in capital.
Correct.
So the capital dollars can't be used for M&O purposes, right?
Correct. So the opportunity is you can, when you earn money off the base support level, you have the opportunity to either put it into capital or M&O. May 15th, late enough in the year that I can start really getting closer with my forecasting of expenditures. And it appeared that I'm going to hit a threshold for carryover that I feel comfortable with in M&O, so I can put the money into capital. What we're trying to store capital dollars for is upcoming technology, Chromebook type purchases, things like that. So this is my opportunity to pad the capital budget just a little bit and have enough M&O in order to suffice the budget expenditures that we're going to face this year.
Okay, so this hit of 600,000, are we going to see that for starting in August, or is that?
Well, it's not really a hit. So again, we built a draft budget. I mean, I'm going to present during exec session a draft budget of which we anticipate expenditures for the upcoming year, right? At May 15th, or whatever it is today, May 12th, we're getting close enough to the year closing out that the monies generated was in excess of what I needed for that draft budget and the expenditures anticipated. So you have a choice at that time. Do you carry it over in M&O or do you put it in capital? And This year, I saw more of a need in capital, so I moved it to capital.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next item is J2, Ms. Ludicky.
Board and senior staff. I'm coming to you tonight. You'll find attached the Federal Financial Assistance Subaward that was given to us through the Pima County and Marana Unified School District Pima Early Education Program. The federal subaward provides Pima County the ability to fund preschools that are outside of the Marana town limits, whereas the previous one had to be at one of our schools within the limits. The funding is going to be used this following year to open the preschool at DeGrazia Elementary School, and it will have up to 24-year-old students. We already have 15 enrolled, and we already have both teachers hired there, so we're looking good. So,
That's fantastic.
any questions? Oh, you're supposed to say.
That's all right.
Can I have a motion?
Okay, I move the governing board approve the federal financial assistance subaward with Pima County and Marana Unified School District for the Pima Early Education Program.
Second.
Any questions?
I have a couple.
Yeah, me
or
too.
One maybe. One will lead to two.
That's okay.
Okay, so it looks like, well, I guess I don't understand the numbers that are on this page, because it says 350 million. I mean, obviously, we're not getting that. And then the Pima County award is 101 million. We're not getting that either. So,
That's what was given to the Pima County supervisors,
okay,
and that's their fund that they're then drawing out of for the individual school districts that are participating in the grant.
and is this ongoing? I mean,
It's funded for the next 2 school years following this one.
2 years, okay, and so then the expectation is that a year or so from now, they're gonna renew it?
Hopefully, yes, yes.
Okay. And is there a cost?
There's no cost to us. It's the same exact grant that we opened Estes with. It's just that the federal government is supplied funds to the state of Arizona, which then the state distributed. And so this particular grant got some of the funds, and so it allows us as a school district to move outside of the original grant, which would only allow us to open at the school districts within the town limits, because the towns were helping finance the grant, which would have left us with only Estes and Gladden Farms. And so we did open at Estes, but Gladden Farms has no space for any more. So, and we would like to get preschools at all of our elementary schools. So it was a great opportunity to add one now at DeGrazia. And then we can also move forward the following year to add them at other schools outside of the town boundaries with this same money.
And there's no cost to parents for this? Whoops.
There's only a cost if they make above the
The-
165% poverty level that DES sets.
That's what we talked about a couple months back?
Yes.
Yep, okay, all right, thank you.
You're welcome.
I have 2 questions. One, can you only open 1 preschool per year?
No, you can open as many as you'd like. The problem being that getting staff right now
Yeah.
in early childhood and childcare in general is very difficult.
Yeah.
We've been short-staffed all year, so we didn't want to go beyond what we thought we could, staff and go forward with. We didn't want to enroll kids and then have no staff members, because
Yeah.
a couple of the school districts in the grant did that last year. They waited till they had teachers on board and things, and they didn't end up opening until February.
Okay.
So,
So, we're supplying the staff though, correct?
Pardon me?
We're supplying the staff, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Our support staff working on their, the supervisors are working on their early childhood degrees.
Okay. And what is so I will follow up with you once I read through this a little more. But
Okay,
yeah, I have a couple other questions. So thank you.
okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, next item is J3, Dr. Demler.
Yes, thank you, President Lopez, Vice President Lewandowski, board members, Dr. Streeter, and members of this audience. The item I'm bringing before you is a memo of agreement with Western New Mexico University School of Education. We've been approached by that institution to host a student teacher, and anytime we add on a new institution, we work on a memo of agreement or some kind of an agreement with them. Obviously, we are in a staff shortage, so anytime we get a request to place student teachers from another institution, we readily accept that. We did have the agreement reviewed by legal counsel, and we would appreciate your approval.
Okay, can I have a motion?
Okay, I move the governing board approve the memorandum of agreement between Western New Mexico School of Education and Marana Unified School District.
Second.
Any questions?
Nope.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Carolyn.
You're welcome.
All right, next item is J4, and that, can I have the motion for an executive session?
Okay, I move we conduct an executive session pursuant to ARS 3843103A5 for the purpose of consulting with and/or instructing the board's representative regarding negotiations.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you.